want to complete the job. Square himself
41.
up for his favourite tops upon his return.
Possibility. Back to back. 13 dart legs.
60. Robert, you require 40.
For the match. 2 10s.
Game
And
shot,
Thornton
and a
takes
match.
the opening
Robert
rubber
Thornton.
in Group B. After a slow start, he really did go through the gears there, did the Fawn, beating James Wilson by 3 legs to 1. An impressive performance, an 86-81 average. In terms of the doubles to ender leg, he was 3 out of 4. And then after a ropey first leg starting, he got out the gates in the first visit every single time. So Thornton a 3-1 winner in the first game of the night. Coming up after the break, Steve Brown up against the forever enigmatic Connor Scott.
We know it's not for show, because even in the early stages, way before he had a tour card,
No
and probably
score.
way before the more shrewder darts fan knew who he was, some of his finishing had me baffled.
26.
Well, that's a new one on me, starting on double 3.
Doesn't matter what double it is, as long as you get it in the end.
Well, he's starting
73.
on...
10. Game
Doesn't
shot,
need
and a
asking
match.
twice.
Connor Scott.
Connor Scott with an average just shy of 80, 78.92, gets the job done against Steve Brown, 72.8. Some tidy finishing from Connor though, 3 from 5, 60%, and he is up and running. And a player who will be keen to join him will be Conan Whitehead and James Wilson, and they meet in our next match.
He requires
On the
79.
first visit, but Whitehead using that advantage of throw coupled up with scoring power to give himself a dart at tops to take out the opening leg.
Yeah,
And he
that's
only
clean
needs
than
a
the
dart
first
at
leg.
tops to
Conan
lead
Whitehead.
1-0.
See a player go so close
Conan,
to
you require
winning the
60.
match on a big shot, it can just affect your turn. And that's what's happened there.
He won the last leg on double 8. 2 4s for 2 points,
Game
and
shot,
Conan
and a
Whitehead
match.
kickstarts
Conan
his
Whitehead.
double trouble campaign with a 3-0 victory.
That's what Connor has got to contemplate and somehow put to the back of his mind. But this is being made
One
even
on the
more
end,
difficult
60.
when you see your opponent pile in a 160. Hello.
151.
Not often you say this in
Surely that can't be right.
2 12s. Moving to have won it in
129.
sumptuous
He
style.
requires 74.
Well, we haven't gone all the way so far this evening. Until
That's game
now.
shot in the forward line.
2-2.
Connor Scott.
Desmond between Thornton and Scott.
One of you require 92.
May have to take it. And Thornton sat on 80. 2 for the match. Double 16 and now double 8. Thornton shakes his
Game
head,
shot,
and there
and a
is
match.
reason to
Connor
do so, because Connor Scott backs up his opening match success with a second win from 2. He beats Robert Thornton by 3 legs to 2 in the first game this evening. That's gone all the way to a last leg decider. An 89-35 average, 3 out of 10 on the finishing doubles, and in terms of getting out, only in the last leg decider did Scott not do so. First time of asking. Well, we're heading towards the middle of our session now. We're rattling through them tonight. It's Steve Brown and Conan Whitehead after this short break.
And this time, if he does get a go, he's giving himself another look. That's a great second dart. Almost deserves stops to go in, and it does go in.
The second leg. Steve Brown.
A leg he was never really in. Conan instantly gets the opportunity to right the wrongs.
Goes for the
50.
bullseye. He finds the bullseye, Conan Whitehead. We knew it was going to happen.
2 turns to get it done. Love a 140. And that's what he's going to get. May go small 20.
Because there's an issue he can catch here, isn't there?
140.
He absolutely made sure that that wasn't going to happen. Everything
49.
but what he was aiming
Only
at
you
there.
require 40.
Tops of the match. 2 10s.
20.
The
Steve,
double
you
trouble
require
continues.
150.
Well, Conan started on the ball. Why not finish on 3 of them?
Yeah, I don't think Steve was going to be drawn into that kind of
99,
kidology, was he?
gonna
So
get it
Whitehead
by
returns
20.
for 3-1 success.
Game shot.
And it is
and a
another
match.
Whitehead win. Conan the Barbarian is 2 from 2 so far on night 1. He gets the better of Steve Brown by 3 legs to 1. He's only dropped the solitary leg so far this evening. 84.51 the average. 3 from 12 on the end doubles. And starting, well, there's not been a leg tonight where he hasn't got out first time of asking, or first visit of asking. So we've reached the halfway point of the night. Myself and Mace will analyse the action after the break, and we'll also be watching Connor Scott in action. He's 2 from 2. He takes on James Wilson, looking at his first points on the board.
1 dart at the double after on the back of 70. Steve Brown double 10 for a 15 dart break. Beautiful.
Game shot in the first leg. Steve Brown.
Success. It would be his first win. It would mean that everybody would have at least picked up an honour tonight. Tops are Brown.
12. Robert Chulikwaya, 128.
Have to wait. May have to wait another leg if Robert Thornton. Oh.
88.
Something he's
Steve
so good
Chulikwaya,
at.
40.
Well, Brown has been good on tops in this match. But it is double 10. That will seal him the points. Steve Brown gets the better of Robert Thornton by 3 legs to 0. He gets his first honours on the board. As for Thornton, there is work to do. 1 more game to go, and that's against Red Hot Conan Whitehead in the last game of the evening session. Brown a 3-0 victory against the Fawn. Coming up after the break, it's Connor Scott's last game of the evening, whilst Conan Whitehead is only halfway through his card. One dart at tots. He has to move over to the left here, Conan. Finds it, 1-1.
Second leg. Conan Whitehead.
Oh, he's dodged a bullet there. Conan Whitehead, has he avoided a match dart? Or can he take us
20.
all the way? No is the answer.
Connor requires 16.
Right on the wire, double 4. Yeah,
Game
gets
shot
it.
And a match. Connor Scott.
Just about the right result for me. All in all, when we crunch all the numbers, Connor Scott takes it 3 legs to 1. 83.08 the average for Connor. A disappointing 71.21. Expect Conan Whitehead to bounce back. 3 from 8 on the doubles. Tidy enough there for Connor Scott. And he moves to the top of the table with that win against Conan Whitehead. We come back after a short break. We'll see Steve Brown facing off against James Wilson.
James Chulikwaya, 132.
Bull, double 16. Yeah, I thought he may go for it. Now he's thinking about it. 107 remaining. That leaves the bull, but oh, he does go for it.
The second leg.
Takes it out. Not really the champagne shot of the bull double 16.
110 for the break for Wilson, and it would mean that he'd throw for the match in the next. Triple 18 needs the requisite double for back-to-back ton plus outs for James Wilson. Brown first to have finished, but Wilson will hope to put the hammer down here. It's hammer time for the Jammy Dodger.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's that
Steve
big turn I was referring to. And now 24 points away from ending his night.
James
well in the mix on 4 points.
It's been a true case of Yorkshire grit.
And
real tenacity from James Wilson, who dug in with the task, resilient to the very end. Setbacks lead for comebacks, and Wilson, having lost his first 2 of the night, has won his last 2. And take a look at those exhilarating numbers. A 3-1 win, a 96.89 average, 3 out of 4 on the finishing, a 1-3-2 checkout, 1 of 2 ton plus checkouts in amongst the mix in back-to-back legs. It was supercalifragilistic. The Jammy Dodger, well, he's mid-table, isn't he? 1 more game to go. Whitehead against Thornton. Now this 1-3-8 has to go.
138.
Going traditional. Treble 18. Oh, double 9.
Game
remarkable
shots and a
from
match.
Robert Thornton, who produces a wonderful 1-3-8 finish to win it in the deciding leg. And a great end to what's been a great session. Myself and Henry will wrap up what's happened here this evening in just a couple of moments' time.
Intriguing session, it's fair to say, Mace. We expected some high quality stuff. We saw it without maybe the spectacular until the end.
Yeah, I thought Connor Scott might be just that little bit too good, and that's what's proven to have happened. He's just 2 points in front of 3 other players, and then Steve Brown on 2 points at the foot of the table, but still very much in the mix to qualify.
Let's have a look at the results then from tonight's session. This is what we've seen this evening at the Super Series. Robert Thornton kick-started the night with a win. He ended the night with a win, but it's been all about 2 players this evening, in particular Connor Scott and Conan Whitehead. Right, let's talk about Connor, because he's going to be the man that leads the pile going into day 2 here in Group B. We're given the big build-up. He's got the 3 wins. Is there still room for him to manoeuvre, though?
Yeah, we've not seen anywhere near the best of him, and you could probably say that for the rest of the field this evening. I think they felt the pressure. They were aware that it was a very good group of players, and look how James Wilson started with 2 defeats and then inflicted the only defeat on Connor Scott in the middle match. So it is where we thought it would be, to be honest. I didn't think there would be a lot between the field, and there isn't in the end. It's still achievable for any one of the 4 behind Connor Scott to go on and qualify, and it is a very hard call.
In terms of James Wilson, what impressed you so much in the second half of the night?
Yeah, listen, he wasn't good in the opening 2 matches, but to bounce back against the then undefeated Connor Scott and favourite to win the group just gave him a lot of confidence. And we saw an example here. Didn't need to go for that shot, but sometimes you just try and get confidence from somewhere, and those are the kind of shots that will give you the confidence. And he backed that one up, proving my point, with another 100+ checkouts. So he's going to be dangerous tomorrow, as is the rest of the field.
Robert Thornton, there's been signs this evening, but that's kind of been the story of his week, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's blown a bit hot and cold. Sometimes you just can't put your finger on it. I've spoken of it before, that some players can just be out of form, and it's the way it goes in sport. You can't pick when you peak. It just sort of happens, and then it's all about holding it for as long as possible. And then when you drop off, you got to build all the way back up again, and that comes with winning matches, getting confidence, putting the hours in. He certainly put the hours in over the last couple of weeks. I know that for sure, and plenty of hours on the motorway. He would be absolutely thrilled to have won that match against Conan Whitehead and done it in such style. The great 140 from Conan to leave the 888, and this has to go, or he's destined to remain on 2 points with Steve Brown. He's now potentially 2 wins, possibly 3 wins away. This has got that look of one of those kind of groups where we may see 3 players on the same points and only separated by leg difference.
Yeah, Robert Thornton showing class in the glass there. Steve Brown showing signs of class this evening. What would be your overall assessment of his night, though?
I think he'll be disappointed. I thought Tuesday was very, very good, averaged nearly 86 for the day. If he'd have been anywhere near that kind of number, he'd have been up there with Connor Scott at the top of the table. But listen, he understands the intricacies of the Super Series, and he's just got to come in tomorrow, as is his fellow Bristolian Mark Durbridge, and just give it their all and just give it one push and go for it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's no biggie.
Before we leave you tonight, let's have a look at the league standings, because Connor Scott leads the pile, 6 points to his name. A couple of wins tomorrow night will seal his place through to Saturday. Whitehead, Thornton, Wilson, all on 4. Steve Brown with work to do, but definitely not out of it at all on 2 points. So that is how it looks going into tomorrow. Intriguing day ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating, especially Group C. I'm looking forward to seeing how that play out, because Darryl Pilgrim was outstanding today, and I think there's only one place up for grabs.
Time for you to get your beauty sleep.
I need it.
Spick and span in the morning. That is it from us here at the Super Series. Double Trouble certainly supplied that in double dosage on Thursday at the Live Lounge. And it was the sniper Scott that was the sharpest shooter when it came to Thursday night. Bye-bye from us.